Medical Mafia, exposed by Dr.
Archuna Ramanathan.
Dr. Archuna Ramanathan, the former medical superintendent of base hospital Chavakachcheri, has emerged as a pivotal figure after taking to social media to expose widespread negligence and corruption within the hospital. His live stream on Facebook has become sensational, with people eagerly awaiting his next upload. This is the first instance where social media has rallied an entire village, including YouTubers and TikTokers, to support him, prevent his transfer from the hospital and end corruption in the medical field in the northern province. Dr. Archuna Ramanathan clarified that he is not against doctors like himself, but felt compelled to expose malpractice, negligence and corruption. He has claimed that a massive medical mafia is in operation. Upon joining recently with the Health Ministry appointment letter, Dr. Archuna Ramanathan, overseeing a staff of 25 doctors, uncovered alarming discrepancies. His public disclosures sparked widespread support from the local community, rallying behind him to confront and challenge corrupt officials. Dr. Archuna Ramanathan's courageous actions have swiftly transformed him into a hero among the Tamil population of the northern province. He has become a key figure in bringing a system change in the hospitals in Sri Lanka. Initially, Dr. Archuna Ramanathan was stunned by the sight of the expansive hospital, capable of accommodating around 800 patients daily, sitting largely vacant. He found that essential facilities like the maternity ward and surgical theatres were non-operational. Moreover, frequent power outages compounded the challenges. While other doctors remained indifferent to these conditions, Dr. Archuna Ramanathan found the situation profoundly alarming. He revealed how the doctors were not working full-time and allegedly neglecting patients in favor of running private practices. Dr. Archuna Ramanathan also found that the medicines delivered to the hospital were stored improperly, neglected in a basement without proper care or air conditioning. When he raised concerns with his fellow doctors, they dismissed him, stating it was none of his businesses and advised him, as a newcomer, to stay out of it. At just 38 years old, Dr. Archuna Ramanathan found it particularly challenging to face criticism from fellow doctors. As Dr. Archuna Ramanathan delved deeper into the hospital's operations, his inquiries unsettled his colleagues, who promptly alerted higher authorities across the Northern Province medical network. His thorough inspections revealed numerous deficiencies. Doctors were found misappropriating stored medicines for private use, and many patients were being directed to two prominent private hospitals in Chavakachcheri, leaving the base hospital largely deserted. He took to social media to blow the whistle on these issues. Every night, he meticulously detailed the hospital's malpractices, broadcasting live from within its walls. Dr. Archuna Ramanathan conducted these exposés single-handedly, revealing every unfolding story to the people of Chavakachcheri. People began noticing the doctor more than ever before and flocked to the hospital to inquire about everything. Dr. Archuna Ramanathan engaged with everyone, providing detailed explanations. Despite the northern province having few prominent regional newspapers, emerging TikTokers and YouTubers started visiting the doctor for updates. For 5 consecutive days, he went live on his Facebook page and was separately followed by as many as 50 YouTubers and TikTokers, amplifying his revelations. This brought widespread attention to the personal and patient ordeals caused by the hospital's practices. Upon his arrival at the hospital in late June, Dr. Archuna Ramanathan immediately addressed the stagnant state of the maternity ward, which had ceased operations. Originally located in the new wing designated for emergency care, he relocated the maternity ward to the second floor of the accident and emergency building. This new facility was equipped with air conditioning and included dedicated rooms for maternity care, delivery and scanning, all climate-controlled. Dr. Archuna Ramanathan took to social media to announce the readiness of the new facilities, encouraging local residents to visit Ardra Hospital. He pledged to enhance services in the coming months, promising upgrades to the maternity clinic. He also invited patients traveling to Jaffna Base Hospital to consider Chavakachcheri Hospital, with support from Jaffna Teaching Hospital. Assuring the community, he announced plans for a permanent gynecologist and pediatrician at Chavakachcheri Hospital soon. He further committed to ensuring the full operation of surgical theatres that had been intermittently closed. He projected that all theatres would be fully operational within a month. During his third day on Facebook Live, Dr. Archuna Ramanathan urged viewers to share his video across Chavakachcheri. Acknowledging the attention drawn by his live broadcasts, he expressed uncertainty about his tenure at the hospital. Dr. Archuna Ramanathan mentioned his prior service as a medical officer at the same hospital. During that tenure, he had also brought attention to many of the hospital's shortcomings, which had gone unnoticed. He expressed a desire for Chavakachcheri Hospital to become one of the top hospitals in the northern province, a dream that motivated his return. Despite not practicing privately in any other hospitals, he openly shared his mobile number during live videos, encouraging anyone to reach out. Dr. Archuna Ramanathan appealed for community support, inviting donations of any kind, even down to a simple paper clip, for the hospital's benefit. He outlined plans to revamp both the outpatient department, OPD, and the emergency ward, aiming to open them soon. Despite facing challenges, including resistance to utilizing the hospital's new wing, he remained committed to improving facilities. Regarding funds allocated by the South Vadamaraki Development Association, TDA, Dr. Archuna Ramanathan revealed that they had reported allocating 17.5 million rupees worth of medical equipment to the hospital. However, he noted that he had yet to see any of these items, suggesting a lack of handover from the previous medical superintendent. Dr. Archuna Ramanathan pledged to investigate the matter and, if necessary, expose any discrepancies live. He concluded by acknowledging pressure against relocating operations to the new wing but assured the community that the OPD would soon be operational. Dr. Archuna Ramanathan, in his public awareness videos on the status of Chavakachcheri Base Hospital, expressed his frustration about the new wing remaining unopened for 10 years, attributing the delay to inefficient project management. He criticized the absence of healthcare project managers and the lack of risk assessments conducted for the hospital. He pointed out that the accident ward is located at the rear end of the premises, which is problematic. Despite the allocation of 17.5 million rupees for the hospital, no one considered whether there were sufficient doctors to staff it. Currently, only 4 consultant cadre doctors are appointed to the hospital, and their positions have not been revised in the last 10 years. Having worked in the pediatric ward from 2018 to 2022, Dr. Archuna Ramanathan recalled that the ward, along with the doctors' quarters, was overrun by pigeons, with feathers scattered everywhere. He claimed that none of the medical officers had informed the health ministry about the hospital's condition, leading to widespread ignorance about its state. Many at the health ministry were even unaware of the hospital's location. Of the 4 consultant cadre positions, only 1 is permanently filled, a physician. The remaining 3 positions are vacant, with no permanent surgeon, gynecologist or pediatrician serving the hospital. Dr. Archuna Ramanathan stated that the health ministry had asked for justification over these matters. Given the circumstances, he emphasized that despite the 17.5 million rupees spent, it is not feasible to fully open the surgical theatre. He reiterated his commitment to transparency and improving the hospital's conditions, despite the significant challenges. Following Dr. Archuna Ramanathan's continued revelations on the hospital status quo, many doctors at Chavakachcheri Base Hospital initiated a strike, citing administrative issues. In response, the local community staged a protest against the striking doctors, expressing strong support for Dr. Archuna Ramanathan. The demonstration led to the closure of the A9 road, prompting the deployment of security forces, including the Special Task Force and the Police Anti-Riot Squad, to maintain order. YouTubers and TikTokers documented the events live, capturing every action involving Dr. Archuna Ramanathan, including any attempts at arrest or intimidation of him. Protesters voiced their frustration with chants like "We want Dr. Archuna Ramanathan who came to protect the people. Stop suffocating the patients." Protesters also said not to arrest the doctor and did not allow the police to go near him. In the aftermath of the protest, Dr. Archuna Ramanathan engaged in discussions with hospital staff and police. He spoke, explaining that the police officers were simply following orders from higher authorities. Dr. Archuna Ramanathan also announced that he would be taking leave to visit Colombo and discuss the issue in Parliament. "They assured me they will bring justice to the hospital and the public. As long as I am here, I have not allowed anyone to die. Until I go to Parliament, I am the medical superintendent. I won't allow any doctor to leave the hospital for private work," he stated. He said he would rather quit medical practice if he is not reinstated at Chavakachcheri Base Hospital. Meanwhile, the Government Medical Officers Association, GMOA, held a media briefing at Chavakachcheri Base Hospital, emphasizing their commitment to continue the strike until a resolution is reached. GMOA, Northern Coordinator, Dr. T. Ramiah announced a one-day strike recently against Dr. Archuna Ramanathan. The strike caused significant disruption to the hospital's OPD services, further escalating the tension between the hospital staff and the community. Shops and public markets in Chavakachcheri closed in support of Dr. Archuna Ramanathan. In retaliation, power and water to his quarters were disconnected, leaving him in the dark and without food. Villagers came to his rescue, offering him food and support. Dr. Archuna Ramanathan had a direct confrontation with the JMO of Jaffna Hospital, accusing him of providing a legal cover-up for another official working under Dr. Archuna Ramanathan. The doctor said after he spoke to the public using social media, many people came forward to expose the wrongdoing of several doctors at the hospital. "If there are cases against me, let the public complain. I am ready to face anyone and ready for legal action as well," noted the doctor, who spoke in a stern voice. He added, "If I have to lose my job, I am glad to go overseas and work elsewhere." He mentioned that even his appointment letter to Chavakachcheri Hospital was distorted using correction fluid. It was only after he approached the Human Rights Commission that it was rectified. By then, senior doctors had formed a mafia to get rid of him. He accused the doctors of sending patients to nearby private hospitals for X-rays, where they were practicing and charging patients, even though the machines were available at the base hospital but not used. Another senior doctor had come to the hospital, asking Dr. Archuna Ramanathan to leave and comply with the transfer. Dr. Archuna Ramanathan said the authority that appointed him should recall him, and only then would he take the next step. He claimed that the practices of the other doctors were wrong, as they did not work at the hospital full-time but worked in private hospitals in the district and claimed overtime from the government. As Dr. Archuna Ramanathan monitored the whereabouts of the other doctors, they began to hate him, but he said it was his duty to check on their attendance, as half of them were absent most of the time. He revealed that a new wing was built for 400 million rupees, but only 200 million rupees were spent, and he urged the media to investigate where the rest of the money had gone. During his tenure between 2018 and 2022, he said all the staff at the Chavakachcheri hospital gave him immense trouble. Dr. Archuna Ramanathan has sent letters to all doctors about their malpractices, which he shared on TikTok and Facebook. The doctor is on a mission to get every person who accused him to come for a debate. He posts everything said about him, both in favor of him and against him. He has left no stone unturned in addressing the abuse he faced and the malpractices that were depleting government assets. A new power generator was installed after he highlighted that the ones at the hospital had been removed, and it was reinstated at the hospital following his social media exposure. The power generator was idling in some other hospital after being removed by a politician, it was speculated. We hope this medical mafia exposure get investigated thoroughly, and if these medical professionals has committed any crime, then they get the appropriate sentence or punishment. We also hope the general public will get a fair service from the government hospitals going forward. Source of this information was obtained from Celylon today by Sulochana Ramiah Mohan. Thank you for watching this video. If you like the content, please like the video and subscribe the channel. I will see you on another video. Thank you.